Breakman, that we will be going live here in a minute.
I mean, okay, yeah.
Let's see. Boom, boom, boom. All right, if you're just joining us, we haven't started the show proper. The show's RPGrinders. We will be starting here momentarily. Normally we're waiting for break, but today we're not waiting for break. That's kind of weird, break. What broke the pattern? He's not answering.
Magic.
Oh, magic. Okay, that's acceptable. Beans,
I'll go with that one. Yeah.
Yeah. Magic is always acceptable. So there you go. All right. Let's see here. I'll wait till you guys are all ready to go before we endeavor on this never-ending RP Grinder journey.
I'm ready.
All right. That's cool.
I'm ready whenever you are. I'm just tweeting out.
Okay. It is 5 o'clock, so let's go ahead and get it started. Why the fuck not? Okay. Oh, dear Lord. Okay, here we go. And welcome everybody to episode 515 of RP Grinders. I am your host, Frank Branches, alongside my trusty cohort, Eric the Great, Breakman the Bold. Gentlemen, how are you? As I'm hearing beeping and buzzing and all kinds of phone noises, probably from my end.
Yeah, I don't want to interrupt. I feel like I'm intruding in your privacy or something.
I know, man. It's terrible. I'm a fuck up. There's no question about it. But anyways, gentlemen, how was your week? Breakman, how was your week, man?
That's good. It's good.
Yeah, good. What about you? Good. What about you, Eric? Anything exciting, or was it a week?
No, we had a show earlier. I told you about that.
Yeah. Well, you had some bad luck with your computer. We did have a show earlier, Black Friday. If you haven't checked out that show, this is Black Friday, so there'll still be some deals going on.
If you haven't checked out that show, you're
not to mention that there's Cyber Monday nonsense, and there's probably still more stuff going on that week.
Oh, there's always sales. Like I like Black Friday sometimes because like I said, I got my TV. What was it, last year? And it was awesome. But the madness is just madness. I'll talk a little bit about it.
How much you pay for that TV?
$200 for a 50-inch 4K TV, which I thought was.
They had a great deal on one for like 130, but just
I saw 138 at Walmart.
You have to be what, break?
You have to be like there in line, you know. Wait, like you did. You have to wait ahead of time and stuff. Like I just can't do that.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous that they sell them at like. That's such a low quantity that people have to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I did because I was I was in need of a TV, and at that price, you know, for a 50-inch 4K TV, you're not really gonna find them for $200. Even this Black Friday, I didn't see anything, you know, approaching 50 inches for that. I think there was one, like you said, like a 45-inch or 43-inch for like.
I think it's 43.
Yeah, for 130, which is decent price, good price, but I am getting too old to wait in line. That's for sure, man. I did it last year just out of sheer desperation, but this year I stayed in the comfort of my own home. Got a few 4K movies for well under $10, so I felt pretty good about those purchases. Gaming wise, there was. Tons to get on, and there still is tons to get on the PlayStation Store and Xbox and all that stuff, but maybe we'll give a quick mention later on to stuff that we picked up. So
yeah, I might have to jump on Xbox Live later and see what's up.
Yeah, you might get a title or two, you know, for super cheap. You know, I don't know what it is about Sony this year, but they killed it this year. I think last year was Xbox. Like, they really had really good sales, and that's why last year I was all over the Xbox. But this year it's been all PlayStation, man. They've been pretty dominating this year. But without further ado, RPG news. All right, Eric, take it away.
Okay, from RPG site, we've got a game called Destiny Connect from Nippon Ichi Software. There's a new RPG called Destiny Connect, which will see. It looks like it's going to be taking place in a place called Clockney, famous city for its business and producing gears. And people in this town are also known for treating all items well, including old items, as they believe the things that are treated well by people have souls that reside in them. So it's based on animism.
Yeah. All right.
But it says they'll have command-based battle system with symbol encounters as the party fights against mysterious hostile machines that resemble things like televisions or smartphones, and such and like that. But it says telephones.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that quite advanced. It's probably more like steampunkish.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. New little title to go along with Nippon Ichi's long history of RPGs. So that's pretty good news. No news on
symbol encounters is a term I think that's been coined by IFI for the Neptunia games, where you can just basically attack an enemy on the field.
Yeah. All right, Breakman, take us to the next story.
Coming to us live from RPG site. 13 Sentinels, Aegis Rim delayed indefinitely. No longer coming to the PS Vita. Dun dun dun.
Yeah. This is interesting. Vanillaware is a great developer. Did Dragon's Crown and Odin Sphere, and there was another game they did too that was pretty good. But
Muramasa.
There you go. That's.
And they also did Princess Crown back in the day.
Yeah. They're a good developer.
Which never got localized, unfortunately.
Sad to see that this game got delayed indefinitely, but the Vita, that's no doubt that it was, it probably was not going to make it to that system, but hopefully we'll get
Maybe they delayed it so they could rework it for Switch.
Yeah, possibly. That'd be nice. That would be really nice. All right, moving on to the next
But
story.
also, since they probably have no idea when it'll be finished.
Yeah, well, that's true too. Moving on to the next story. This one is definitely finished. It looks like we're almost close to getting finished. It's a Korean MMORPG, Lost Ark, planned for release in North America and Europe. No real date on it. I did look at the trailer. I'm going to play a little bit of that in chat here. It looks like a Diablo clone, and it looks fantastic. I mean, it really does. The most notable about this game is the environments. Like, I was looking at video and I was like, wow, that's really cool. Looks a lot like Diablo, but what differentiates it is a lot of the environments move and are kind of destructible. So it's looks pretty good. It's shaping up to be a good MMORPG. I'm not too into them, but hey, if it looks like Diablo, smells like Diablo, and isn't Diablo, I'll still take it. What about you, Breakman? Interested? Lost Ark?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah,
it's a PC game, though.
Oh, never mind.
Oh, never mind. I'm out too. So that's over 2. Maybe Eric will take a peek at this. All right, Eric, what do we got next?
Got it says Dragon Quest Builders 2 will have cross-platform message board capabilities.
What's the point of that?
Yeah, I'm wondering.
You could share messages between players from other consoles, but does that also mean there? I think it meant to say cross-platform message board and a demo to be available, but they fucked up. But
that sounds lame.
Sharing of photos and islands will support cross-platform. That is lame. Like, I don't quite get that. Like, what is
is there also was like maybe they're not mentioning cross-platform play because currently it's only a PS4 and a Switch game.
Yeah, maybe they're being coy about it.
I mean, the Sony thing. I mean, they only relaxed that stance for the Fortnite game, but who knows?
Well, maybe it's a harbinger of things to come, and maybe this will be cross-platform. I don't see any reason why a game like this, like Square Enix works pretty good with Nintendo. Why wouldn't they be able.
Because Sony's still being Sony.
Yeah, I know, but
I was gonna say this is probably Sony not wanting the cross-platform.
Right. I could understand them not wanting to do it with Microsoft in a way, but even then, it's kind of like, come on, man, haven't we got past that time yet? You know.
Yeah, but this isn't even gonna be on the one, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, whatever. All right, break. What do we got next?
I'm probably not gonna buy a PS5 right away.
I
Because
probably
Sony can go fuck themselves.
Well, I want a PS5, but I'll probably wait for the better version of it. You know what I mean? But anyways,
there will be one.
Oh yeah, break. Take it away. Next story.
Coming to us live from RPG site, The Liar Princess and the Blind Prince launches February 12th for the PS4 and Nintendo Switch. NIS America has announced. Why am I reading that paragraph? You just said the same damn thing in the header sentence. And why would a blind prince trust a liar? Like, I mean, it's like
they
Charlie
don't know
Brown.
they're a liar.
Yeah.
Well, but come on, after a certain point, like Charlie Brown's got to doubt that Lucy's gonna hold the football. You know?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
At certain points, she's gonna keep like he can only stumble over so many like stones and rocks and shit before he stops believing her. Like, no, you told me it was safe over that other way, bitch. I ain't. Fuck you. I'm going my out. God damn it.
I totally agree with you, Breakman. I mean, that's a good analogy there.
Deep in the forest, a solitary wolf sings. Charmed by this beautiful voice, a curious prince follows its song only to find and startle the wolf, who blinds him. Right, because that's what wolves do. They don't maul you, they blind you.
Yeah.
Together they embark on a journey to restore his sight, but every gift has a price in this fairy tale of love and loss.
So wait a minute. This princess is a werewolf?
A wolfish, wolf-manish type
It looks
thing?
like she's a werewolf, man. That's pretty cool. This is a good idea for a game. I like this.
I don't think she's a girl, though. I think she just used magic to make herself look like a human.
Oh.
Unleash your inner monster, transform at will between wolf and princess to guide the blind prince towards a cure. Weed through the dangerous forest, but be careful. A blind prince cannot survive in an all-seeing forest.
So it's like an escort mission, basically.
That's what it sounds like. Various obstacles will require the wolf's strength, and others will require the princess's wit. With so many traps and perilous hurdles that await, can the two take it safely to their final destination?
It's essentially just another entry in the Rose and Twilight and Hotel Neek series.
Okay.
With each delicate petal comes a fragrance
that you don't
well,
want to
it's a
smell.
petal, and I was thinking of fragrance. Okay. With each delicate petal comes a fragment of memories shared by the wolf and the prince. Collect them along your journey and paint a vivid story of friendship, love, and loss.
Yeah. Sounds like a tearjerker probably at the end. I'm just taking a wild guess here, but well, coming soon. There you go.
He's gonna find out she's not princess or a wolf. She was dead all along.
Like, if you guys ever played Rhyme, I don't want to spoil Rhyme, but man, that game's a tearjerker, man, and a half. All right.
Or you play through Silent Hill and you find out you're actually a murderer.
Ooh, yeah. All right, let's go to the next story from RPGsite.net. Sword Art Online Lost Song is coming to Steam on November 13th. It's available, let's see. Oh, it's available now, obviously, because November 13th passed, like last week. For $19.99, it was originally released for the PS3 and the Vita in Japan, yada, yada, yada. So there you go. Steam, you now have access to that game for $20. Not bad. Anything to add to that, Eric?
No.
All right, next story.
The next story is that Microsoft is officially acquired Obsidian Entertainment, but also In Exile Entertainment.
In Exile sounds familiar. What did they?
They made the Pillars of Eternity game. They made Fallout New Vegas.
Gotcha.
They did Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2.
Yeah. Solid Studio. Obviously, Obsidian is a great studio. They're the ones that.
Oh, that's Obsidian. Sorry.
Yeah.
In Exile did Pillars of Eternity and the Bard's Tale.
No.
Or the newer Bard's Tales.
The one with Carrie Elwes?
No.
That was fucking awesome, Bard's Tale. I love that one.
Oh wait, you mean the action RPG one? Yeah, they did that one. They also did the Bard's Tale 4, which is the newest game.
Quick correction, Eric. It wasn't In Exile that did Pillars of Eternity. It was Obsidian that did Pillars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So, they In Exile might be working on a follow-up to Baldur's Gate. That's a great fucking game, man. I hope they do that justice, because that would be fantastic. It just sucks that it's probably just going to be Microsoft only, but whatever. I have an Xbox, so it works out. Breakman.
And that probably also means that they're still going to do PC stuff. So
Yeah, that's true too. But
as long as it's not politically correct, I don't care.
Yeah. Obsidian is kind of interesting. I'm really wondering, is this going to be the end of Obsidian? Because how Microsoft buys companies and then all of a sudden they
lets them die.
Yeah, they let them die, or they go off on their own,
or they make them focus on something like for instance, Rare.
Rare.
Rare and Lionhead both are dead now because of them.
Yeah, let's just hope for the best with Obsidian. As long as they leave Obsidian alone and let them work on RPGs, I think I'm okay with that. But whatevs. All right, Breakman, what do we got next?
Coming to us live from, it's been a while, Silicon Era. R-Type Dimensions is being blocked by a bad pop-up. What the fuck? R-Type Dimensions X to launch off on Nintendo Switch and Steam on November 28th.
It's EX.
EX? I don't give a fuck.
It looks good.
Just like R-Type's Dimensions on PS3, this collection features all levels from the original R-Type and R-Type 2. You can switch between 2D and 3D graphics and audio at the press of a button. Furthermore, the games have new Infinite Live mode, thank God, because these games are hard.
Yeah, they really are.
The R-Type games are fucking brutal to me. And the stage selection option, thank God for that too. You can also play the game co-op offline with a single player. Finally, the game has a slow motion and fast forward button that can use to suit your liking and in-game achievements. Wow.
Yeah.
It will cost $11.99 US dollars or €11.99 euros.
That's not bad at all. I might check this out. Like you said, the R-Type games are hard, but if you can change speed on them a little bit and get into...
If you ever played Dimensions on the PS3...
No, I haven't played the new ones. I'm just talking about the first two.
Yeah. What do you like better, Breakman and Eric? Do you like R-Type or Gradius better?
Gradius.
Yeah, I like Gradius too, man.
It's hard, but it's not R-Type hard.
Yeah.
I think Gradius is probably my favorite of the shmups.
Yeah. The R-Type 3 is so hard. The game lets you have unlimited continues just because they know how hard it is.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's designed in such a way that you probably don't want to do that anyway, unless you're really good at the game and you can do without the power-ups.
Yeah. Well, that's not me.
I love the power-ups. That's what's so one of my favorite things about the game is those awesome weapons you get.
Yeah, for sure. That's the reason that most people play those type of games anyways, because the awesome power-ups you get. So all right,
like the Raiden games, those have amazing abilities.
Yeah, right.
I don't, God, son of a
we're sabotaging
for a minute. Stop correcting me.
Yeah, let's keep correcting you, because I like those reactions, man. That's we should just have a whole show on Breakman reactions. That'd be pretty sweet. All right, next story comes to us from Silicon Era. Battle Princess Madeline will be ready to fight on I was just hoping somebody would try to correct me on that pronunciation there. We'll be ready to fight on most major consoles December 2018.
How else would you pronounce it?
I don't know. Madeline. I don't fucking know.
It's Madeline. I don't think there was another...
It's just a different way of spelling Madeline.
Yeah, see? There you go. So there are two pronunciations.
Oh, God.
All right. So there you go, guys.
I was just trying to make the difference between Madeline and the way Frank said it.
Yeah.
It sounds pretentious when you do stuff like that.
Goddamn right. I mean, we are the most pretentious. We've been voted the most pretentious podcast in the history of podcasting. So that's something to look forward to. As you're
were voted for something?
Yeah. It's all across the internet, man. I don't know if you saw the news, but this game looks good. It's like a throwback 16-bit game. Looks good. I'm totally down.
It's like Ghost Goblins.
Yeah.
Oh, those are brutal.
Yeah, just hopefully not as hard. It probably is harder or something. I don't know, man.
I think you get a health bar in this game.
Yeah. All right, Eric, what do we got next?
Pathfinder Kingmaker is coming to Switch.
Yeah. Is this a Diablo clone? It sort of looks like that.
It is computer isometric RPG.
Yeah.
Set in the Pathfinder universe.
Looks nice. I mean, another Diablo.
So it kind of looks like Baldur's Gate.
Sort of like that. It doesn't look quite as good as the one that we mentioned earlier in our.
It looks closer to Arcanum, though.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's got a little different art, so it looks okay. I wouldn't mind playing it, but they'll probably charge what, $60 for it.
I heard the original release of the PC version was kind of buggy.
Ooh, mad buggy.
So hopefully they fix everything by the time it comes out on Switch.
Yeah. Yep. Hey, Wyland.
And the PC game will as well.
Wyland's in chat. What is up, Wyland? I'm glad you're in chat, man. Nobody else decided to show up this week. Where's Dungeon and Freak 5? They're probably like, the show ended. They didn't have a show last week, and that was it. All right. Next story. Who is it next? Is it Breakman?
I'll do it. Coming to us live from RPG site. Nandai Bamco announced Super Robot Wars T out for PS4 and Switch in Asia and English in 2019.
Yeah.
Okay. The T in the title stands for Terra, and the new crossover storyline.
Damn, I thought it was like for T, because I wanted Earl Grey Super Robot Wars.
Oh, man, I want a Mr. T version.
Oh, yeah,
This
Mr. T.
crossover storyline will cover a declining humanity that is losing its will to expand to the outer space.
I wanted the tie-dye.
To the outer space, really. They wrote that, not me.
Yeah, that is a joke.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It will have the grand debut of the following 4 titles in this series: Expelled from Paradise, Cowboy Bebop, Arcadia of My Youth, Endless Orbit SSX, and Magic Knight Ray Earth. Wow, Cowboy Bebop.
Oh, wow. This is...
And here's a complete list of titles that, man, here we go. Yeah, Mobile Suit Zeta Gundam, Mobile Suit Gundam ZZ, Mobile Suit Gundam Char's Counterattack, and Mobile Suit Gundam Char's Counterattack, Beltor Richa, Children.
Beltorius, Chicas, yeah.
But Mobile Suit Crossbone Gundam, Mobile Suit Crossbone Gundam Skullheart, Mobile Suit Crossbone Gundam Steel 7, Mobile Fighter G Gundam, Invincible Robo Trider G7, Aura Battler Dunbine.
Yep.
Yeah.
New story of Aura Battler Dunbine, Armored Trooper Votoms, Armored Trooper Votoms Big Battle, Armored Trooper Votoms the Last Red Shoulder? What the hell does that mean? The Brave Express Might Gain. The King of Braves Gao
Gaigar.
Gaigar. Yeah.
Gunbuster, Aim for the Top. I like the name. Martian Successor Nabisco. No, it's Nabisco. The Princess of Darkness.
Yeah.
Oh, I said Princess, my bad. The Prince of Darkness. Getter Robo Armageddon. The True Getter Robo. The Last Day of the World. Mazinger Z Infinity. And Gun X Sword. Thank Christ I am done.
Yes, that was a mouthful. Holy shit.
But, like, seriously, they should just call this Super Franchise War at this point, because they're including franchises that barely have them robot presence. Like, Cowboy Bebop's only idea of a robot is the ship that Jet flies.
Yeah. Wyland says he's trying to get he has a Switch problem with the Diablo bundle. The download code for the game doesn't work. He said, pro tip, don't go through WebChat to try to get it fixed. Call the 1-800 number. Yeah, that sucks, man. Hope that thing will
Magic Knight Ray Earth does have robots, so
yeah.
At the very end.
Yeah. All right, Eric, next story.
But next story is also Super Robot Wars related, but we got Super Robot Wars DD, which is a mobile game. Of course it is.
Of course.
It's not. Are you sure it's not Double D?
Yeah, that's what I was hoping. No.
But it says unlike the previous mobile titles.
Double D.
It says unlike the previous mobile titles, Super Robot Wars Omega X Omega DD will have a proper strategy RPG. So it's not a gacha game. Yay.
Yeah. I'm just going to pretend it's Double D and go from there. But no, it's another one that looks good. And there's a whole list of stuff. But for mobile
says it's coming to Japan and East Asia, so there might be an English localization.
That's interesting. But yeah, a bunch of like Devilman and stuff like that. So that Mobile Suit Gundam, Iron-Blooded Orphans, and a bunch of properties. So that's cool. Like a strategy RPG battler type thing. Okay. Probably won't be playing this one even if it does get localized, but it looks neat for those of you looking for a mobile strategy RPG fix. So there you go. All right. Let's see. Let's go with you, Break.
Coming to us live from RPG site, Kenshi will finally release for PC on December 6th. A free-roaming squad-based RPG focusing on open-ended sandbox pop-up and its sandbox gameplay features rather than a linear story. Be a trader, a thief, a rebel, a warlord, an adventurer, a farmer, a slave, or just food for the cannibals. What the fuck? Why would you want to roleplay as a slave or food for cannibals?
Yeah, exactly.
The idea you roleplay and you fight for your freedom, so you're doing that.
Okay. Research new equipment and craft new gear. I was gonna do the warlord thing. Purchase and upgrade your own buildings to use as safe, fortified havens when things go bad, or use them to start up a business. Aid or oppose the various factions in the world while striving for the strength and wealth necessary to simply survive in the harsh desert. Train your men up for puny victims to master warriors. Carry your wounded squad mates to safety and get them all home alive.
Now, what is this game being released for? Because to be honest with you, graphically, it's nothing to.
It's a PC.
Okay, it doesn't look like.
Well, it's taken 12 years to make. It's not going to look great.
Yeah, I guess, man. But hopefully the gameplay.
It's going to look like what they designed it back then.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit better than what they envisioned back then, but because it's been 12 years, they probably had to update the engine at some point.
Well, what I was going to say, it just looks very barren. Like, the world doesn't look alive. You know how, like, certain games you play and it looks, it basically is a breathing city, like all the Rockstar shit, for all the shit that they get, they create these worlds that are very breathable and alive, and some games just don't do that, and this is not one that looks like it does that. Hopefully the gameplay will trump that, because it's going to need something. Let's see. All right, Eric, I believe it's your turn next.
World End Syndrome is coming west, thanks to Arc System Works. And they plan on releasing the game in North America and Europe sometime next spring for the PlayStation 4 and Nintendo Switch. And originally came out in Japan for the PS4, Vita, and Switch on August 30th. So that's not quite a bad turnaround.
So, visual novel, I'm taking it because I'm looking through.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Cool. I just say that because I was looking at the trailer, looking for some gameplay, but it looks a lot like a visual novel. So there you go.
That reminds me, I need to get around to reviewing The Missing, along with lots of other things I could have done this week, but things happened.
Yeah. All right. I think it was supposed to be my turn actually, so I'll just go ahead and do this next story. Dragon Marked for Death set to release on January 31st, 2019. Physical release coming at a later date. Coming to us from RPGsite.net. So NT Creates, which we've talked about before on the show. Anime NYC announced the aforementioned title. Priced at $14.99 on the eShop. So there you go. Side-scrolling action game. Oops, I put the sound.
So you star as Bruce Lee?
That would be sweet, but no.
That's Enter the Dragon.
No, Marked for Death. That's another Bruce Lee movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's looks. I mean, the artwork's great. Not a lot of gameplay on it, but so we don't know a lot about this game title quite yet. All right, Breakman. Next story, please.
Coming to us live from RPG site, Final Fantasy XIV's third expansion, Shadowbringers, announced Blue Mage job revealed.
Yeah. Okay.
During today's event, which was not today, let me see, scheduled release early in summer of 2019, as Square Enix put it. This is 5.0 expansion will take players on new adventures to battle against the threats to the realm as they become warriors of darkness. Ooh.
17 at Walmart.
Yeah, that's not bad.
I might just bite on that.
Ooh, that's cheap price.
Although at this point, they might not have any.
Yeah,
so how long does this last? Because it'd probably be too late to go over there after. I mean, they'll still be open, but I don't know if I want to leave.
I don't know. That might be worth going to check out. Dungeons in chat, he said that's a super good price for both. So,
because like I know on the eShop it was like heavily discounted.
Go online, Eric.
Like 30%.
Eric, go online.
So
go online, see if you can get it at Walmart for that price. So, all right, Shadowbringers looks good. It's more, Final Fantasy esque type of stuff. So, the trailers, they always bring the trailer. That's one thing about Square Enix.
It's the PS4 and Xbox One releases.
Ah, okay. It's not advertised, he says. Okay. That
oh wait,
sucks.
are they price matching the Switch version to the other ones?
I don't know. You have to go to the store to pick it up, he said. So there you go. All right. Let's move on to the next story, Eric.
The next story is about Langrisser Mobile is coming west, and why? Why? This game does not look good.
Yeah, it really doesn't.
It's got pretty artwork, but that's all I can say about it.
Yeah, the artwork.
The actual gameplay looks lackluster from what I've seen.
Yeah, it doesn't look good, does it? Like everything I've seen from that game does not look that great either. But it's probably the second or third video I've seen, and I haven't been super impressed. So, yeah, there you go. It's for the Switch, Eric. That's what he's saying. That's what Wyland's saying in chat. So you might want to go pick that up. That's the news for this week. So there you go.
I told myself I wouldn't buy anything more, but I won't see it on sale like that for a long time if I don't do it now.
Yeah. No real homie discounts other than the Black Friday stuff that's going on. We already mentioned that in our Black Friday special. If you haven't listened to that episode, it's labeled Black Friday, so RPGrinders Black Friday. So you're more than welcome to check out what was on sale or might still be on sale this weekend. So
yeah, I don't use the Walmart app. I always go to the store myself.
Yeah. All right. Breakman.
Twitter comment.
Any Twitter comments?
Oh yes, there are Twitter comments.
Right.
You know what there is in Twitter?
What?
Did you have an intro for that one thing that we never do anymore? That we only...
Oh, the homie discounts or what?
No, the other
what are you talking about?
Wouldn't you rather?
What? Oh, would you rather? No,
Would you rather?
I don't have an intro for would you.
No, okay, fine. Would you rather?
Yes.
This is from Freak 5 Chaos.
Oh boy. Here we go.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
All right.
Everything's okay.
All right.
Be guaranteed to live to be twice your current age with a sound mind and body, or become a newborn with all your current knowledge and memories.
Ooh, that's a good one. Either one works. I mean, probably the former, not the latter, because I can't imagine being a baby again. Like, that would be just fucking weird with all your memories and knowledge as a newborn. Yeah. That'd be crazy, man. No, I'll take the former for sure. See, I don't always take El Pasos on these things like you guys think, man. It's just the ones that are a little iffy that, you know what I mean. But what would you do, Break? Nothing. That's what Break would do. He would do absolutely nothing. What about you, Eric?
I would not go relive my life again. Just being a kid sucks.
Yeah,
Dog was barking.
That's okay. So what would you do, Break?
I guess I'd go with the kid, because you're only saying, like, I could basically just live till I'm 80. Like, that's... I was kind of expecting to live longer than that.
No. What he's saying is, like...
I know saying being of sound mind and body. Yeah, like, I get it. Like, you're going to be in, like, perfect health and perfect mind and stuff like that, but...
Like, double your age? Is that what he said at the beginning? Read it again.
Yeah, twice your age. You live to be twice your age, which is, to me, is like, that's 80. So I'm like, I don't know.
Okay.
I kind of want to be I kind of want to live longer than that, so I'm going to go with the child, I guess.
So, like...
it would suck to go back to school, but at the same time...
You have all the knowledge.
You think about it, you go back to school, like, you'd be the smart kid in school, you know?
Yeah, the one that always gets that special treatment and, like, gets all the scholarships and shit like that. Yeah,
and when puberty hits, you would be the one who knows how to talk to women,
That's
you know?
Right. Well,
like,
I mean...
finally, I can do it! And, like, hi, girl. Hey. These other little chicken shit boys are just afraid to talk to you because they don't know.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
You kids,
still, I wouldn't. Kind of stuff. All the other child-related bullshit, I wouldn't want to put up.
Yeah,
with,
that's true. The bullying.
I know all that stuff would suck, but
you know, I mean, that would be an extra few millennia. So you know, I think I'd take that option instead.
Yeah, I know. You got an unfair advantage.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so... Oh, Jesus, where did I leave off at? Here we go.
Inquiring minds want to know.
What have you been playing, Breakman? Nothing. He has been playing nothing.
I've been muted. My bad. I pretty much finished the DLC of South Park. I could just do the battle DLC to get better equipment and stuff, but there's no real point to getting the better equipment.
Yeah, when you already kick ass, what do you need better equipment for?
I guess the only other thing left for me to do would be to beat. I might play it through on hard mode, but other than that, the only character left to beat is Morgan Freeman. He just decimates me, and I don't want to go through all the trouble just to be able to beat one guy.
Yeah, that's true, man. Okay, so anything else you've been playing, Break?
No, that's it.
All right,
so, I mean, really finished with that, and I've been maybe I'll do something new soon.
All right,
maybe.
Cool, right on. Eric, what you been playing?
I've mostly just been playing Dark Souls. Well, I was playing Dark Souls 2, Scholars of the First Sin. But my computer had issues, and I had to reinstall Windows to get things running to a point where I could do the show again. But until that's fixed, I won't be playing that. But so I decided to pick up Bloodborne again. I had to start over because your save files don't get, unless you backed up your save file, and if I had PS Plus, I could have probably just downloaded my save file, but I didn't have that option, so I had to start over, which I didn't mind since I wasn't that far in the game anyways. I hadn't even beaten the first boss. You know,
Bloodborne is one of the few games I don't think I'd mind losing my save, because then I'd just start over, and that game is so detailed. Everything that you read, everything that you do, means something in the game. It is an incredible.
You're probably gonna have to grind the hell out of my game, because I've heard somebody doing this. There's a weapon in the game called the Tenotris, which is basically a big staff that you can add electrical power to make it stronger.
I'm jealous of Dungeon.
And but you need to level up your arcane to make real use of it. And I started a character with low arcane, so I'm gonna have to grind excessively just to get that up.
Yeah. I'm definitely envious of Dungeon. He went to California to visit relatives for the holidays. So yes, I am definitely very envious, Dungeon. Wow, it sounds like Wyland got a hell of a deal with the Switch, other than not being able to play Diablo 3. Wyland, I am contemplating getting Injustice for $17. It's the Legendary Edition. That's a hell of a price on that game on the PlayStation. I don't know. Maybe I should pull the trigger on that. But all right, what else have you been playing, Eric? Anything else?
That's it, really.
Yeah, I've been playing a little bit of MPQ, of course. And Eric.
Oh wait, there was one more game, Super Hydora.
Okay.
Hydora, yeah. Okay. It's supposed to be Hydra, but it is basically a Gradius tribute.
Hydora? Is that Ghidorah's weaker cousin or something?
Yeah, I guess, maybe. But the interesting thing here is that it's also kind of set up like Darius, because you can pick your levels. You can go back to them at any point, though. So, you're not set on one path like you are on Darius. But you also don't have full access to your entire weapon repertoire. So if you want stuff like the laser beam, you have to earn it through playing the levels. So that's kind of interesting.
Darius of the giant space robot fish variety dungeon says. All right, anything else, Eric?
No, that's it.
All right, I've been playing MPQ, as I said. Ys Origin, I got to give you a little bit of credit, Eric. It took me exactly one level of grinding to beat the boss. I don't know what difference it made, but it made all the world a difference, because
a single point in attack power could be all the difference.
It really was, man.
Your problem was that you probably weren't doing enough damage quick enough.
Well, no, that's not what I wasn't doing hardly any damage, to be honest. But
that's why.
Yeah, so I just leveled once, and I went back and I was like, holy shit, I'm kicking the shit out of this boss, and that was it. It was the difference. So if you're playing Ys Origin, if you ever play it in the future, and you're having a hard time, just level up one or two more times, and you should have an easy go of it. The thing is, like, my fucking PlayStation crashed, and man, I've been having a hard time. I downloaded some games and it crashed again, so I don't know if my PS4 is on its way out or if I need a new hard drive or what.
You probably just need to defrag it.
I don't know how to defrag it. I tried doing that.
You gotta turn off the machine, and then you've gotta hold the power button for a few seconds.
Yeah,
so
safe
two
mode.
Beeps.
Yeah, safe mode. I did all that, Eric, and it didn't want to do that. But finally,
Still not enough?
No, but finally what I did is I just wiped it again, and I haven't downloaded anything because my bandwidth limit is coming up. Like, I'm like 70 gig away from,
Also, it just acts funny in general when your hard drive starts getting full.
Yeah, I think so. But my hard drive wasn't. I mean, I have a 2 terabyte hard drive, and it was like, it was at like 1.5 or something. So there was still plenty of space. I don't know why it was acting like that, but I'm thinking of if it.
You should probably just get an external and then run games off of that.
Yeah, either that or just get a 4 terabyter and just put it in there. I think it's like $100, but I don't know. We'll see how things go. But right now, I'm just using it just to look at the PlayStation Store right now, basically. So, how dare you, Breakman? How dare you?
I don't referring to
the chat, you son of a bitch. I did notice, Dungeon, you were playing Fallout 76. Is it as bad as everybody is saying? Because
yeah, I had some questions. So it doesn't have any NPCs. It's just like robots.
Yes. Yeah, that's one of the criticisms that I
don't like that.
Yeah, I don't like it either, man. Like, they're gonna have to do some major work with that game for me to even.
It sounds like it's very shallow for if you play just single player.
Well,
from what I've read, like the single player experience, like it's still Fallout. It's just it feels like kind of an empty world because there's no NPCs. You know.
I also heard.
Whereas like it says like it's really like you should play online. It's not horrifyingly bad, but there are a lot of negatives for me in it.
Yeah, I've been hearing the same thing.
And like I said before, like I was debating on getting in on this because it sounded really cool and stuff. But with Bethesda's track record, like we know it's going to take them several months to get out some of the worst bugs in the game.
Yeah,
you know?
I don't know why people support Bethesda right at the beginning. Let them, fix their shit, and then, like, sort of like...
It's because their games are so amazing. Like, there's no other game like Fallout out there.
No, I understand. It's the same thing how I feel about Skyrim. I love that game, but it's buggy.
Yeah,
it's still buggy.
I don't know what Wyland is talking about, because I tried to add it to my cart in the Walmart app, and it's still showing me 60.
Maybe it's just at the store. Like the
he said he didn't think it was an in-store thing.
No. He said it was an in-store thing and not like you couldn't have it shipped to store type thing. But nah, man, that sucks.
Well, I guess I'll just have to go in there and check it out.
I'm still stuck on Star Wars Battlefront, and since it's on the PlayStation, it's going to be a little while before I get past that Lando section, man. The last section with I think it's the last section where he gets in that ATV or whatever they call that, like, two-legged thing, and is running around like that thing. Yeah, the AT-AT thing. That section sucks. Like, I really don't know what to do to get past that little section there, but whatever, I'll figure it out later. A little bit of Little Nightmares. I don't know if people noticed, but I think I mentioned this on the Black Friday special. I am now able to cast games to YouTube, and Twitch, I think. So I'll be doing a little bit of that.
Wait! Don't tell me that Fallout 76 is actually a survivor's game.
I don't know what the hell it is, man, but I was watching video of that game, and it didn't... I mean, I watched Sterling, and I take what Sterling says with a grain of salt, but he has been in the industry a very long time. And what he was saying, basically, is that the VAT system and that whole engine is just showing it's not in its prime anymore. So this might be... time for them to think about doing something a little different with Fallout. I don't know, man.
Oh my God! Like, I'm talking. DB is talking. That's not the biggest problem. Like what he's talking about. He's talking about how much your inventory is limited.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, it sounds like a survival game.
Like what I used to do, one of the things that when I built my own settlement and my own house and stuff is I built like a locker room with here's my armor for chest, here's my helmets, here's my guns, here's my melee weapons. I had them all separated. Here is what he said. I hate the leveled gear. The biggest reason I broke from storylines in Final Fantasy, Jesus Christ, Fallout 3 and New Vegas and Fallout 4 was to explore and get gear. Can't in Fallout 76 when everything is tied to level for MP fairness. Yeah. So I kind of have to stay on a predetermined path or grind my face off to use better gear.
Oof.
Also, your stash is tiny. He said he made so many chests in Fallout 4, so did I. Just that you get one chest and no way to expand the space. So I scrap a lot of weapons I can't use because they're level too high, and to make space for ingredients I need for food and crafting.
Yeah. So basically, he's saying there's a bastardized version of VATS.
Yeah, that's what it's saying. There is no VATS. There's a fancy percentage cursor.
Yeah.
No VATS. It pretends to be the VATS, but it's nothing like real VATS from the previous games. Real VATS would basically slow down time because you can't pause. You can't use pause because it's multiplayer, so you can't freeze other players.
Yeah.
So now it's some bastardized version that calls itself VATS.
Yeah, it doesn't sound good.
Yeah, man. I was so excited for this game, and just the more I hear about it, I'm just
I tried to warn you, Break. Like
a violent, angry turd is more like it.
Well, everybody warned me. I didn't buy it.
Yeah, no, no, that's good. I'm glad you didn't.
I walked past it in the store today, as a matter of fact.
Oh, good. And they are having deals on it too for Black Friday. So it's good that you avoided that, man. But now it's time to move on to
RPGrinders reviews.
All right, Breakman, did you have any reviews? I didn't see anything in the doc.
No.
All right, Eric, let's go with yours, and then I got a couple of quick reviews that I'll... Glad you rented it, Dungeon. That's good move.
All right. Oh, he didn't buy it, he just rented it?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yep. All right, Eric, you have some reviews.
Yeah, I saw Upgrade a while back.
Ooh, yeah.
You saw what?
At least nearly 2 weeks ago at this point.
Yeah,
but,
what was it? I'm sorry.
Upgrade. It's called Upgrade.
Oh, okay.
It's an alright movie.
Yeah, I liked it.
It's not as good as Frank and some other people might have said it was, but it wasn't bad. But the ending was interesting though.
Yeah, no, I like that movie quite a bit.
It kind of ends in the way that Ex Machina did.
Yeah, it does. I think I gave it an 8 out of 10 when I reviewed it a while back. So
the one thing I really don't like about it is the dead girlfriend and refrigerator opening.
Yeah. I don't know
where else are you gonna put a dead girlfriend? Jeez.
I know.
How about not do those?
Do those horrific things? Yeah. So
you're no fun.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't mind that trope. It's just that it's overdone. So maybe not do it so much, especially if we're trying to be more inclusive and stuff and give women better representation.
Yeah. All right. So what else do you have to add to Upgrade, Eric? Or are you just gonna give it a score?
I'm gonna give it a 7.5.
Okay, that's a pretty damn good score, if I don't say so myself. You also have another review, Eric.
The review for Black Klansman, which is... It's somewhat of a... it's supposed to be a biopic because it's based on true events.
Mm-hmm.
About a black guy who decided to join the Colorado Springs Police Department, and then he demanded that he be made a private, an undercover cop and to uncover a terrorist plot that was going to be perpetrated by the KKK.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I saw a lot of previews for this. I have not seen it yet.
I'm gonna say it's kind of like comedy because it takes. I'm pretty sure it took more than a few liberties with the actual source material. of what actually happened, because there's lots of F words and sucking dicks, talking that stuff.
Yeah, well, it is a rated R movie.
That happens in real life.
Yeah,
I know, but like, I feel like maybe it probably wasn't quite that on the nose.
Well, most movies aren't. I mean, most movies take more liberties than people realize.
Well, this felt like a little bit more than a slight exaggeration.
Yeah.
At
Eric,
times.
Did Spike Lee direct this movie? I think it's a Spike Lee joint. Right?
No, I think this is actually Peele.
Oh, Jordan Peele? Shit, even better. Okay. All right, so what are you giving Black Klansman?
I'm going to give it a 9.
Ooh,
wow.
9 out of 10. Yeah, it's much.
Wow, the way you were talking about it, I thought you were going to say like 7.
No, but even 7's good. But I've seen.
I know, but 9's like fantastic.
Yeah, I've seen previews for this movie.
Dungeon Buster's like, I give Fallout 76 2 atoms up.
That's funny. 2, huh?
Or is he talking about my movie?
He's talking about the movie. He gives the movie 2 atoms up.
Yeah.
He's
Wait, how much is an atom worth then?
By the way, it is a Spike Lee joint. Spike Lee did direct it. Yeah. So.
Maybe he. I saw Jordan Peele's name somewhere, so
maybe he was like an actor or producer or something. Because Jordan Peele's doing a lot of work right now. All right. So anything to add to Black Klansman?
I hope he wasn't the main character, because I didn't know.
No, he's definitely not the main character. That's a different guy. But yeah, it's actually getting pretty good on IMDb too. So, all right. Anything else to add to Black Klansman?
Go see it.
Okay, there you go. That's
it's at Redbox, so rent it.
Yep, there you go. Maybe I'll rent it tonight. I have a 99-cent rental on Google Play.
I'll be back next week with reviews for The Meg and Skyscraper, and maybe even Teen Titans Go the movie.
Ooh, I can help you with the first 2 movies. I think I reviewed Meg already, but all right. I'm gonna do a couple quick reviews. The first one is Cam, a movie called Cam. It's super unique. It's basically about a cam girl that I don't want to spoil things, but it's a case of stolen identity, let's say, and it's a real unique take on a kind of a horror movie. I liked it quite a bit. I don't want to give too much of the plot away, but basically, this cam girl gets her identity stolen in a unique way, and it's kind of weird and like fantastical, but I like it quite a bit. So the bulk of the movie is her trying to basically get her identity back. So I'm gonna give this movie a 9 out of 10. It's actually a gem of a movie. If you can, I think it's on Netflix. So
Cam.
Yeah, it's called Cam. So if
you watch it, on Netflix.
is The Nun on Netflix? No, The Nun is not on Netflix. But that's my second movie I'm gonna review. The Nun is a solid movie in the Conjuring universe. It's a little contrived, but it does kind of have an old school kind of Hammer movie feel to it. I was noticing people were saying that before I saw it, and I can definitely see the comparisons to some of the old 70s Hammer movies. It's definitely atmospheric. The plot is nothing to write home about, but there are a lot of creepy moments in it. So I'm going to give The Nun a solid 7.5 out of 10. It's a good fright fest for those who are wanting to. I would probably rent it. I wouldn't buy it right now. I'd wait until it goes down a little bit in price. But yeah, definitely check out The Nun. All right, I got a real quick Hi-scapade. All right, I don't know if you guys have a Hi-scapade. I didn't see one in the doc for either of you, unless you have one break. Usually you.
Well, unless Ohio gets more like,
yeah,
it gets its drug laws fixed. I don't think I'll have any Hi-scapades.
Yeah, probably not, man. All right, my Hi-scapade is this. So, Bridget and I are sitting out front, just doing what we do. Talking stuff, talking shop, let's say, and obviously doing what we do. And all of a sudden, like Bridget kind of like she snaps her head and like in amazement, she's like, "Whoa!" And I'm like, "Are you okay?" And she's like, "Butterfly," and I'm like, What are you talking about? She goes,
the butterfly effect with Ashton Kutcher.
Oh Jesus! Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, butterfly. What are you talking? Did you see if it's fucking cold? There's no butterfly. No, I saw a butterfly, like in the air. And I'm like, oh Jesus, you're what do they call it? Hallucinating? Fucking hallucinating. I'm like, that very rarely happens to me, but Jesus Christ. So that's my high escapade for the week is seeing butterflies while partaking. So
we're talking about movies. I'm probably not even going to bother with Wreck-It Ralph until it's on disc.
Really? I heard some pretty good things about Wreck-It Ralph, but I don't know. We'll wait and see. All right, let's move on to our stinkos. I'm going to have to step away for just a second.
Stinko of the week.
All right, Breakman. I know you had a terrible stinko last time with Stan Lee. Do you have any this?
You forgot to mention Bill Maher.
And Bill Maher, yeah, that was on the last show. Yeah.
I don't know how to fucking pronounce his name, but his little comments.
Yes.
And just to reiterate, just give you kind of a rundown. The guy who created Spider-Man, this is according to Bill, Spider-Man and the Hulk has died and America is mourning. Deep, deep mourning for a man who inspired millions to, I don't know, watch a movie, I guess. No, I have nothing against comic books. I read them now and then when I was a kid, and I was all out of Hardy Boys. But the assumption everyone had back then, both the adults and the kids, was that comics were for kids, and then when you grew up, you moved on to big boy books without pictures. That was what he said earlier in the week, over the weekend. Now, why is he still on there? Why didn't I erase that? You know why? Because he's doubled down on his fucking comments. Frank? Frank? I guess he left. Anyway, Mara told King on an interview posted Wednesday he didn't know people were mad because he doesn't follow every stupid thing people lose their shit about on social media. But talk about making my point for me. Yeah, I don't know very much about Stanley, and it certainly wasn't a swipe at Stanley. Yes, it was, Maher said, and King interjected, you would have liked him. He was a really nice guy. Americans said, yeah, fine. I'm an agnostic on Stanley. I don't read comic books. I didn't even read them when I was a child, which you kind of said you did sometimes. When I was saying this, what I was saying is a culture that thinks that comic books and comic book movies are profound mediations on the human condition is a dumb fucking culture, and for people to get mad at that just proves my point. You didn't say any of that, you fucking tool. You did not fucking say that.
He didn't even intimate it.
Yeah, what I was saying is a culture that thinks that comic books and comic book movies are profound mediation on the human condition is a dumb fucking culture. I don't see that anywhere in your comments.
He was being a gatekeeping motherfucker, and he needs to get his ass kicked to the next curb.
He needs to be.
Then launches him into a rocket, which launches into space and explodes.
This guy shouldn't have any fans. Like anybody who listens to him is as dumb as listening to Fox News.
You still talking about Maher?
Yeah. You left, but he doubled down on his comments.
Oh,
you want me to read for you now what he said?
Yes, go ahead.
He was on an interview with what's his name, King, who I can't still believe is doing interviews. But anyways, talk about making my point for me. Yeah, I don't know very much about Stanley, and it certainly wasn't a swipe at Stanley. Yeah, you made swipes at Stanley. You would have liked him. He was a really nice guy, said King. America continued, yeah, fine. I'm agnostic on Stanley. I don't read comic books. I didn't even read them when I was a child, and even though you said you did read them sometimes.
Yeah.
What I was saying is a culture that thinks that comic books and comic book movies are profound mediations on the human condition is a dumb fucking culture. You didn't say literally any of that. And for people to get mad at just that proves my point. No, we're mad because you're a fucking asshole and you're just trying to be a bigger asshole.
Yeah.
You're doubling down on. You're saying that you said things you never said. For one thing, you didn't make any fucking points about culture or anything like that. What you said was that both the adults and the kids was that comics were for kids, and when you grew up and you moved on to big boy books without pictures.
Oh,
it's so stupid.
I know what's going on with the Walmart thing now.
Okay, hold on.
It was apparently a pricing error, and they've since nubbed it in the bud.
Okay.
Okay, well, it sucks.
Yeah. Break. I don't even know what to say about asshat Bill Maher. Like, I mean, sometimes he like says things that I think are super brilliant, which isn't very often, and then other times he says a lot of things like this. Like, for one, I think we talked about this on the Black Friday special break. Like, comic books were for kids when we were kids, right? But
right.
Then they grew into something different, and people.
Yeah, they grew with the consumers, which is something that didn't happen back then because a lot of his generation wasn't forward thinking.
Yeah.
Apparently, like him.
Yeah, and it's a shame that he still takes that.
Like I said, a couple days ago, he was progressive for his time, but he stopped progressing.
Yeah.
At some point.
Yeah.
He sounds like every anti-video game person I've ever heard.
Yeah, Dungeon says he could have kept his mind open and said something like, quote, "He sounds like an impressive guy. Wish I had the time to explore that side of our culture instead of being a dismissive shit." Yeah, no question, Dungeon. That's a very...
a guy dies and he attacks him and his fan base, like, immediately, and then he's like, oh, well, see, them getting mad, that just proves my point.
You know,
it proves the point that you're an asshole.
Look,
it doesn't mean you're right.
Yeah.
Like, that's the logical fallacy.
There's
what the fuck, man?
A good analogy is like music, right? I'm sure all of us have our musical heroes. Like, for me, Jimi Hendrix and Led Zeppelin and Black Sabbath, and so it doesn't mean that these guys are perfect human beings, right?
Right.
Same thing like Jim Morrison. I mean, a lot of them took drugs and, weren't real good role models, but the music that they made meant something to us, and I'm sure Bill Maher has bands that he listened to when he was a kid, whether it was Bob Dylan or the Rolling Stones or people that meant a lot to him. And that would be like saying, the Rolling Stones are a bunch of shithead drug users, and they don't mean anything.
Rap sucks because they're all a bunch of gangsters.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. That's what he's equivocating comic books to. So I don't know. I think that's a great stinko to bring up, Breakman, for sure. Anything else?
I mean, it doesn't help that comic books, the face of it is a bunch of superheroes running around in costumes, and there's like a lot of other stuff out there, though.
Yeah,
maybe they need to get more in the mainstream.
Yeah, I didn't.
But how many, like, for instance, novels have grown up with their audience?
Yeah,
the Harry Potter novels, for instance.
Yes, exactly.
Like, it's just he's just being an asshole to be an asshole.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, you're right, because if you look at the very
first... it's something he doesn't like. He's never liked comics. He doesn't like superhero movies.
Yeah.
So he's just being an asshole about it.
Yeah.
I don't like country music, but I don't fucking diss people for liking country music.
Oh, I do.
I
do all the time.
Country music.
Yeah. Oh, I diss people who listen to country music all the time. I mean, that's the
for other things, though.
Look, Dungeon makes a good point. He said people got angry when the Westboro Baptist Church protested at funerals. It only proved that they were assholes for messing with another family's private moment. Yeah, we've talked extensively about the Westboro Baptist Church on this show for sure, Dungeon, and that's also a good point. I forgot to mention Freak Vibes in chat. He says.
Oh, he couldn't stay. He was actually on his way home. He went to see the new Harry Potter movie. Or based on Harry Potter franchise.
The Fantastic Beast or whatever.
Yeah.
The second Fantastic Beast movie, which is called Crimes of Grindelwald.
Yeah, and fuck Johnny Depp. And you're fucking exiled, Freak 5. I hope you get to listen to me on the way to seeing the movie. Freak is eating furiously, he said. Okay, let's move on to...
Don't shoot your food, though.
Yeah, don't shoot the food. Yeah, but he said hi.
Only Dix and Bill Maher shoot the food. Oh, wait, that was a dumb one.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, Eric, I think your stinko is your computer crashing. Are you getting that situation taken care of?
It's somewhat taken care of right now.
All right, cool. Well, hope for the best on that shit, man. See, that's kind of the reason why I don't do Windows, man. I'm not saying Macs don't ever have those issues, but I haven't had one of those issues for a bit. Not saying I haven't, but it seems like, I don't know, just a few more issues on a PC.
Well, we're getting a season 3.
Season 3 of, oh yeah, for sure. Oh, Dungeon got caught up on Castle. It's so good.
I need to spend this weekend to do that.
Oh Jesus, it's
Yes, you
fucking
do.
good, man. It's a good show.
And
It
Voltron.
follows the game pretty accurately.
Yeah,
too,
and it
as
gives
far as story.
gives a lot of
Well, if Grant's on it, how does it do that?
yeah. Well, just
I
watch it.
said
and find out.
pretty. I said pretty accurately. I
Yeah,
didn't say it
it's-
was perfect.
Yeah, it's not
I mean,
perfect.
he kind of also doesn't need to be there because, like, outside of that game,
Yeah.
like, he doesn't have a presence, really.
Dungeon says.
I mean, Cyphia doesn't either, but at least she gets shacked up with one of the Belmonts.
Yeah.
I think Trevor.
Yeah,
And,
I mean he's always been
Yeah, that's
Simon's grandfather.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
been part of the story.
Yeah.
And they go into more story elements, like they deal with the I don't want to.
And there's other Belmonti's characters besides Sophia.
Dungeon says that fight. That's all I will say.
There aren't any other dynasties.
That
so
that
that's how
fight
it
that
is,
fight
I
that
guess.
Dungeon's referring to is better than the end fight of season 1, and I thought the end fight of season 1 was, man, that was something else, man. It was a great fight.
Well, if this series is based on the third game, then are they gonna go on to the other games from here?
I don't know, Eric. That's a good
Well,
question.
they in this season they go into the backstory of some of the other games actually.
Yeah. So that
Setting them up because it's not just. Well, for instance, the PlayStation 2 games, like one of those happens directly after the third Castlevania. So I think they're probably going to go into that before they go to like Simon.
I thought
Yeah.
Leona was supposed to be the first Belmont.
yeah, I don't know. All right, let's move on to my Stinko. I got a few, man, and I'll go through them real quickly. Right now, like I bought Hereditary, which I think is a great horror movie. I really like that movie. It's a slow burn, kind of like eerie, like atmospheric, just creepy fucking movie. And I bought it in 4K because it was super, super cheap. But I can't fucking stream it. I can watch it in HD on other services.
They don't have support for streaming.
They do. On my TV, I have a Roku.
So then what's going on?
That's what I tried calling, and they don't even know what the hell's going on. They were trying to blame it on my internet, and I'm like, I'm getting 300 meg downstream. How the fuck is that not able to push across a fucking 4K movie? I can watch 4K on other services, but Fandango now, I can't watch anything on
I
Fandango.
think maybe like streaming services are congested because everybody else has got the same idea or something.
Well, I don't understand. Like all I want to do is watch the movie. I don't want to, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with them, but I got it escalated. I don't think they know what they're doing. I'm probably going to have to get my money back on that, which is a shame because Hereditary is a great movie, and I was looking forward to watching it in 4K. So as of right now, Fandango now gets a Stinko. Could change. I don't know. We'll see. The other is I've been watching Walking Dead this season, and I don't know why. Like, people said it was supposed to be better, and
I like this season.
oh god, it's awful. And Bridget likes
You're
it too.
awful.
No,
You're
this,
awful.
you shut your mouth.
You're a
You
booger.
get out of here.
Frank has boogers apparently.
Oh no, she called
So
me. a
you're saying
booger.
she agrees with me because I'm
I
right?
agree with
No,
you.
you both are wrong.
We're right.
It's this season is terrible.
It's good.
No, this season's been really good.
I
It's
like
it's slightly better than last season, I will say that, but not by much, man. Like I was just telling her, I was like, I've wasted so much time on this fucking show. After season 2, I should have just stopped watching this goddamn show because it sucks.
Is that what I should do?
Just stop after season 2, Eric. If you watch Walking Dead, don't bother
It's
with
on
the rest.
Netflix, right?
Season 6
Yeah,
is the
it's
best.
on season 9, and it's not very good. It's
Season
not very.
6 is
Shut
the best.
up,
No.
Jesus.
It's on season 9 because 9 is for no.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's a terrible show. It's to me. I was talking to Bridget, and I was like, objectively, for me, it's one of the worst shows on television right now. It really is. Like if you look at it in comparison to things like, I don't know, American Horror Story is a good comparison. Like,
Ugh.
oh god, it's so American
That
Horror Story.
show's just bizarre.
It's good.
A lot of
It's
it
good.
doesn't
Break-
make any sense.
Oh, it does break. It all interconnects.
Black
Oh,
Mirror
no.
probably makes less sense.
Oh no! The American
Or
Horror
Altered
Story.
Carbon.
American Horror Story, when it all goes down, it's all interconnected, and it starts to make a lot of sense. Like once they explain the connections between the seasons. Gliddy's in chat. What's up, Gliddy? Nice to see you in chat. I will be talking about your nephew here pretty soon. If you compare the two, yes, American Horror Story is bizarre at times, but holy shit, is the writing superior to The Walking Dead. The acting is actors in American Horror Story can walk circles around the actors in Walking Dead. It is, in my opinion, Walking
You
Dead.
are a drunk a-hole.
No, I am not. I'm perfectly sober right now. After the show, I can't promise anything, but no. I was just talking to Bridget about that too. Like, it's weird. I never smoke on the day of, but after I do the show, it's on like Donkey Kong. But no, to me, it's one of the worst shows on television. It really is. And like, I've tried to look at it objectively and look at the writing, look at the acting, look at direction. Some of the direction's okay, like the ones that Nicotero does are usually okay, but boring. It's just a boring soap opera. That's what it boils down to. But that's another stink of mine. And my last is that I as I mentioned before, my TV and my PS4 crashed on fucking Thanksgiving. And what sucked is I couldn't fix my TV because Roku was having issues. So and it's like a built-in Roku thing. So here I am on Thanksgiving.
That's like one thing about the smart TV generation I don't really care for.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a very minor thing. It just happened to happen on Thanksgiving. I'm guessing because of all the Black Friday sales, they were having Rokus stupidly cheap, and probably the influx of people trying to get their shit activated caused crashes and stuff. I'm guessing. I've never had any real issues with Roku, to be honest with you, but yesterday I experienced it and it sucks. So. That was what I was experiencing yesterday. It was a very frustrating day, and I had just gotten a really nice surround sound system for my room, like a sound bar, and I couldn't really, other than playing music, Bluetooth music from my phone, I couldn't utilize it. So it was just all around a frustrating Thanksgiving day with, I really wanted to watch Hereditary and, watch anything, and I couldn't watch anything yesterday, which sucked, but whatever. I did watch a little bit of football, but, other than that, whatever.
Here's a stinko that I came up with. Having to wait so long for the Ryan Reynolds Detective Pikachu movie.
Oh, yeah, I heard very good things about that movie, so I got high hopes for that. But
I'm not really a fan of the realistic look. I think the West is obsessed with it. They need to stop.
I think it looks okay.
But also, I can deal with it, I guess.
Yeah, it looks all right. All right, let's move on to...
Dude, what does my tattoo say?
Sweet! Sweeto of the week.
All right, Sweetos of the week. Breakman, let's start with you, man. What is your
Thanksgiving? Happy Thanksgiving to everyone.
Foodsgiving.
Love Thanksgiving, yeah.
You guys ever had turkey tacos?
No, I want to try it now, though.
Oh Jesus, they are the greatest invention ever.
That's what I'm gonna eat leftovers as soon as the show is over with.
So, like special turkey? Do you do anything with it?
Well, you shred the turkey. Basically, what you do is you shred the turkey. It's gonna sound weird, but you get corn tortillas, put a little bit of like mashed potatoes, like if you have mashed potatoes left over, and then you put
corn, because corn tortilla.
Yeah, corn. It has to be corn tortillas, not flour. But basically, put a little bit of mashed potatoes, a little bit of turkey, some cheese, and then you deep fry those, and it's like the greatest fucking thing ever with some salsa. Man, oh man, good stuff. So, yeah, happy Thanksgiving.
Is that a flavor thing, or is just a flour?
Which salsa goes good with mashed potatoes? Though?
It's a flour thing and a flavor thing, and flour doesn't really deep fry very well. So it's
okay.
Yeah, you could try it with flour, but it doesn't come out nearly as good as the corn ones for sure. So
okay,
yeah, just a little tip for you for your leftovers. If you have leftovers, it's a nice little way of getting rid of them. Let's see, what else, Break? Anything else other than happy Thanksgiving?
No, I don't. We just did a show like 2 days ago.
Yeah, I know. That's why we're blowing through this show. Eric, your Sweeto.
Now you make me want to go to buy something to eat after this, because I've pretty been munching on bread today because I've been lazy.
What about leftovers?
Yeah.
I got some leftovers to kill out.
Those are all at the parents' house probably at this point. Yeah. So I'd have to get some from them.
Yeah. All right, Eric, your Sweeto of the week.
I'm gonna say all the Black Friday deals I found.
Okay.
I mean, I had a couple other stinkos. Like yesterday, my tires, or no, the day before yesterday, I found out on the way home from my parents' house after doing laundry. I found out that my tire pressure gauge went off, so I had to get that fixed at Walmart. So that was $10, and then I decided to spend another $10 because I hadn't rotated my tires in like a year. Because I don't use the car that often.
You paid $10 for somebody to put air in your tires, Eric? Like, just go.
Well, no, and then patch up the hole that probably got made.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay. Yeah. All right, that makes sense. Yeah.
But anyways, I guess the Sweeto was like, while I was there and getting my flu shot, which I guess I could say yay for vaccines.
Yes. Yeah.
And I got food there because like I had a 2-hour wait, so I had time to kill. But I found a game that was on clearance that was Ni no Kuni for $15.
What?
Ni no Kuni 2.
Wow, that's a great price.
And that only came out this year in March.
Damn, $10 or $15. That's not bad.
Kind of sad that it was on clearance and it was the only copy left. But like,
where'd you get that at? Target?
Walmart.
All right.
Man, I was looking at their.
Target
did go like the Walmart thing.
Yeah.
Looking through their bins of games and movies, it was just like a tornado had gone through there. So, or they'd let a bunch of 5-year-olds go through there, grab every game and movie, throw it up in the air.
Yeah, they're not very organized at Walmart at all. Like
it was like
no, the games are behind the glass door. You have to ask somebody to get it out.
They had like at the Walmart here, they had them in fucking bins and shit too.
Yeah,
so.
cardboard bins in the middle.
Yeah, they do that sometimes, but it's usually for the shitty games.
Yeah,
they just don't trust you in your neighborhood, huh?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Oh God, there's that Eric guy again. Lock him up. Everything behind glass. Quick, here he comes.
Yeah, exactly. Eric is on the way. Hide your children. I mean, hide your.
They got pictures of him behind the desk.
You're doing bin intruder.
Yeah, the bin intruder. Yeah. All right. Any other mentions, Eric, before I move on to my Sweeto?
Aside from that, the games I did talk about a little bit, like on Wednesday, was it Wednesday or Tuesday? I can't remember.
Yeah. Tuesday. We talked about
Tuesday.
it. Yeah, a lot of Black Friday deals.
But I also picked up Final Fantasy 15 Royal Edition. I didn't get it at Best Buy because they didn't have any copies at the Best Buy I wanted to go to.
Oh.
But eBay had it for the same price, so I got there.
Yeah, that's cool.
And I didn't have to go anywhere, so yay.
Yay. What was I gonna say?
I already talked about picking up Spider-Man for $40 earlier this.
Where's Dungeon? I need to ask Dungeon if a Hollow Knight is worth $7.50 because it's 50% off.
That's worth $7.50.
It is? Okay. Then I might pick that up because that's one of the only. Because I got God of War. I know I paid a couple bucks extra, but I didn't feel like fighting Best Buy crowds and.
It kind of reminds me of like Salt and Sanctuary, but with bugs.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I like Salt and Sanctuary, so whatevs. Okay, my Sweetos of the week. All right, first one is I may have fixed my PS4 and my TV. Fandango now is still fucked up, so I thought maybe it was like a update thing, but there's no real way to update the. It's kind of built in. It's not an app, which sucks, but whatever. So I might have fixed my TV and the PS4. The PS4 is to be determined. I have to download games, and since I'm up against my limit of downloading games, at downloading anything actually, I'm like 70 gig away from.
Data caps should be illegal.
I agree. I totally agree. I'm thinking of like when I move out of this place, is just getting the unlimited plan, and that way I never have that issue. But anyways. So those are hopefully in the past. My other Sweeto is Bridget showed me a picture of Glitty, who's in chat, her nephew, who's 2 years old. And that little boy has the longest hair I have ever seen of any 2-year-old in my life. His hair, I believe, goes down past his ass. So I'm very jealous in a way. Although I have to say I have better bangs because he's got one of those they took the scissors and cut his bangs in the front so it doesn't get in his face. So yeah, I got long hair, but I have better bangs than Frankie. So there you go, Glitty. You can tell Frankie that his hair is not as good as mine because I have bangs.
Wait, there's another Frank.
Shit to a toddler.
I am. I'm talking shit to a 2-year-old because I can't have anybody have better hair than me, man. No, that's not happening. So that's my sweeto. No, he's a cute little kid and he definitely has some cool ass fucking hair. I'm just glad that I have better bangs than him, and I'm just gonna hang on to that thought for now. So there you go. All right, guys, let's move.
Is the real story Frank's actually balding?
I am not balding. I have a full
Wow.
I have a full healthy head of hair. I'll have you know, Eric. It may be gray.
That was a cheap shot.
It was a cheap shot. How dare you? I mean, a person as old as me, millennia, and I still have a full head of hair. That's pretty special, Eric. So, show some respect, you son of a bitch. No, I'm just kidding. All right, let's move on, guys.
It's a free for all. Little baby. Yeah, it's a free for all. Wow. Suck it.
All right, so free for all this week. I kind of just came up with this on the fly, guys. I was thinking about movies, and Upgrade is a good movie. It's kind of underrated. Cam is another one that I mentioned earlier. But favorite underrated games or movies? I happen to think that movies like Hereditary are absolute gems. Actually, that one's got quite a bit of acclaim, so I can't say that one's underrated. But I can see a movie like Cam being completely underrated. So I was wondering, are there any games that you feel have flown under the radar, or that you feel that you've played personally? It doesn't have to be any specific genre or anything, that are underrated. Glitty says, creepy how we just walked into my room to show me his hair just dry. What? I don't even know what you're talking about, Glitty. All right. So guys, favorite underrated games or movies, and I'll start with you, Breakman.
I'm still thinking.
Okay, how about you, Eric? Anything that you've played that you're like, man, that's a fucking underrated game? I think
well, I don't know if it's underrated, but underappreciated maybe. But Dragon Quest in general.
Well, I mean, that goes without saying, man. I mean, although the sales numbers for 11 are pretty fucking good, man.
And then I get also mentioned Suikoden as an aside to that.
What's that?
Suikoden.
Oh yeah, that's a great underrated series of games for sure. What the hell was that? A game like Rime. I don't know if you guys ever played Rime, but I think that's kind of an underrated gem. It's like sort of like a walking sim. I talked about some walking sims earlier. What Remains of Edith Finch, and there was Nero. Nothing Ever Remains Obscure. But I think that a game like Rime is actually a really good version of that. And if that game doesn't make you have some emotions, I really don't know what to tell you. But anything else, Eric, that you can think of, movie wise or game wise?
I can't really think of anything at the moment.
Yeah. What about you, Break?
It'd be after something I'd have to really think about.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, the problem is I only play so limited number of games,
Me, I played so many.
But what about in the past, Break? I'm sure you've played some games that not a lot of people really had a good chance to play. Like, I'll tell you one that I played that I think is kind of underrated, Skies of Arcadia. I think it's kind of an underrated game. That came out on the Dreamcast first, and then I think it got not ported, but was it ported over to the GameCube, Eric? Or I think there was a GameCube version. I don't know exactly if it was ported. Skies of Arcadia.
Yeah, that was ported to the GameCube.
Yeah.
With extra content.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm talking about. Like, Suikoden is...
Skies of Arcadia is a good one.
How about Godzilla 2 for the NES?
Yeah, there you go. For the NES.
I've always wanted a sequel to that, and there never was one.
You know, I'm going to say something that might be a little controversial, but there's a reason why I'm going to say this. And it's a terrible game, but I think it's underrated. And that is Friday the 13th, all right? I don't know if you guys remember the NES version of that game.
Rare's Friday
Who
the 13th
doesn't?
game.
Oh, God.
Doesn't remember that one.
Yeah, it's a terrible game, right? But what other game can
You're
you
fighting him with rocks and shit.
Pretty sure that's
His
the only
knife.
game that Rare made that was a licensed game.
I don't think Rare did that. I think that was an
Yeah, no,
LBJ
it's
game.
Rare.
That was Rare? I thought that was
Dungeon Master says
LBJ.
Pastel Jason in the house.
Yeah, LJN published it in the West, but it was made by Rare.
Oh. Yeah, I have the Funko Pastel Jason dungeon, I'll have you know. So
I just hated that he could go into any house. Like, when you're weak and suddenly he can kill, like, he's there and anywhere, you know?
yeah,
You don't get a chance to get, like, real weapons or anything before he destroys you. Like,
Yeah.
fuck, man.
the
Leave me alone, you asshole.
The reason I say it's underrated is because sorry, I had to redo my button here. No, the reason I say it's underrated is because what other games, like that game, like was pretty scary for the time. Like, you know, I mean, we didn't have much to choose from.
Yeah, I get that. Like, because you go, like I said, you go in those houses, and you have no idea if he's going to be in that house or not.
Yeah, exactly, and he would jump out of
for
nowhere.
For back then, like,
Oh, wait,
that was.
you're talking. I thought you said Nightmare on Elm Street.
No.
That was Rare. Yeah, this is Atlas.
Yeah, I think it was Atlas that did Friday the 13th. Out in the East anyways, but LBJ published it over here for sure. But
LJN, you mean?
or LJN LBG. Jesus Christ.
Lyndon B. Johnson.
Yeah, Lyndon B. Johnson. Lyndon B. Johnson produced that game. No, yeah.
Why are you thinking about him? Did he owe you money or something?
Well, son of a bitch. Yeah, well,
Racist son of a asshole.
They all owe
They
me
used to
money.
correspond.
Yeah, son of a bitch, man. You know. But yeah, I was just thinking about underrated movies, and there was another movie that I saw that I can't remember what the hell it was, but it was, in my opinion, kind of. What's that document? I mean, I had to defer to Bridget on this one. That documentary. Oh, Lake Mungo. Lake Mungo is. I believe it's kind of an underrated movie. It's it basically shot like not a found footage, but what do they call, like a documentary type movie. But it's a good one. I highly recommend people. I think it's kind of underrated, but Lake Mungo is a good movie. It's an Australian movie based on this family whose daughter dies, and it's I don't know. It's really good the way that the director shot that movie in kind of a documentary style. You'd be hard pressed to like distinguish it from a real documentary. That's how good it was. So. If you like documentary style type movies and don't mind horror movies, this one has kind of a supernatural bent. I highly recommend watching that movie. It's really good.
As long as it's not those. What are those?
Found footage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's there's a series of those movies, and they're mostly stupid.
Yeah. No, it's different.
I'm trying to name it. What's the name of those movies?
Found footage, like the first person perspective found footage movies. Like
I know, but what's the name? There's like there's a specific like one that's on this like 6th sequel at this point.
Paranormal Activity.
Yeah, those.
No, it's better than that. It's way better than that.
Yeah, like those. You watch the whole movie and there's a little bit of creepy. The covers are moving. Oh my god.
Yeah,
and then at the end, all of a sudden, an alien pops out of nowhere. Like, what the fuck did I just watch?
Speaking of that break, the one Paranormal Activity movie that to me is kind of underrated is the Marked ones. If you have a chance to watch that one in particular, that one's pretty good in comparison to the other ones. The other ones are boring fucking schlock. I remember seeing the first one at the theaters, and I was thinking, when is this?
I saw the first and second one.
Yeah, when is this thing gonna get good? Was my thought about halfway through.
It was like watching the Blair Witch Project, you know, just kind of like it felt like they're for the first like I guess half hour, it felt like they're building to something, and then after that, like it started. Just like nothing kept happening, and you're like, wait, I thought we were gonna see some monsters or a witch or something, and just kept building. Like, no, where's the witch?
Yeah.
What's this going? And then all of a sudden it ended.
Yeah,
What the hell did I just watch?
Yeah,
what the fuck is this?
I like the ending of the Blair Witch, and I did like the remake of the Blair Witch. The remake was really good, the Adam Weingart version. I don't know if you had a chance to see that one, Break, but that actually made it scary and relevant again. But yeah, it was a lot better than I thought the first one was. But whatever. So any
steaming pile of crap is better than the first one.
That's actually kind of true, man. I actually do like the ending of that movie. The way they left it.
I couldn't stand it, because I was waiting for a witch at some point to come out, or I'm waiting for a monster or something, and all of a sudden, no, they just there's
or at least a crazy
standing
person
in a corner, and then the camera falls to the ground, and then the movie's over. What the fuck just happened?
I do like that ending, but I can see why you wouldn't like it or other people would not like it. But I highly recommend watching the remake, because the remake is actually it's not really a remake; it's kind of a sequel. And it's actually a lot better, man. I was surprised. I was actually pleasantly surprised by that sequel. What else was I gonna say, guys? That's about all I had, unless you guys had any other underrated type stuff.
Oh God, I'm trying to think. There's, me and Eric actually talked about it. Mega Man Powered Up.
Yeah,
that is one of the most overlooked games I think ever. That and
especially by Capcom, it's you really overlooked this one.
Yeah, it could be a great franchise. It was the start of something. It could have been the start of something great,
or Maverick Max.
Yeah, both of those could have been. I mean, they really were both well done games, but they chose to put them on the PlayStation Portable, which obviously only
Which is not a problem in itself, except that PlayStation Portal wasn't popular.
Yeah.
Only 5 people owned it. Me, Eric, and 3 other people.
Yeah, definitely not me.
Right.
I just thought of a series on TV that's kind of underrated. I don't know if you guys ever checked out Bates Motel. That's actually kind of underrated. I didn't expect much from it, because Psycho's such a great fucking movie, and what could top that? But they kind of go through Norman Bates' kind of history with his mom, and Vera Farmiga's in it, and she's fantastic. And it's actually really good. It's a perfect backdrop to what happens in Psycho, actually. So I recommend watching that. It's only 4 seasons, I believe. But it's actually really good. What
was the point of the remake of Psycho?
No point, and we could do a whole show on that, Break.
It was basically a shot-for-shot remake. What was the point of it?
It was no point, just a cash grab. They thought that they could reshoot it, and Anne Hesh was horrible. Vince Vaughn.
We did get to see her butthole. I mean, there's that.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Vince Vaughn was, a shot-for-shot remake.
Terrible choice.
Yeah.
Absolutely terrible.
He ruins everything he's in.
Not everything.
I don't think he ruins everything he's in, but he was a terrible choice for Norman Bates.
Yeah.
He was badly miscast in that one.
If you didn't like that, I think your palate would get cleansed with the Bates Motel TV show. So if you want... something way better than that, and something that's on par with the Hitchcock classic, then I would highly recommend watching Bates Motel for sure. I was pleasantly surprised. It's pretty damn good. I mean, there are a couple of grown moments in that series, but for the most part, it's actually really fucking good. And
a lot of shows have a lot of grown-worthy moments.
Oh yeah, Walking Dead's a prime example of that.
That Mega Man Ruby Spears cartoon had every growing moment you could think of.
Yeah, exactly. All right, I think that's gonna wrap it up for this week. A little bit shorter show this week, which is, I guess, okay for us. But I'm kind of getting hungry.
We've done 2 shows this week.
I know.
I actually wanted to ask the guys in chat if they heard our show before today, the first episode.
Wait.
If it's your first episode, I'm sorry.
No, that's not what I meant. I meant the episode we did earlier this week, because it was a lot of Black Friday deals, and if they haven't heard it yet, then it's fuck.
Yeah, I know, man. I think I looked on YouTube. There wasn't, I think, like 3 views. So, you know, whatever. I'm trying some different things out with the channel and stuff. So, not in addition to the show, I'll be posting some videos. I just got to get better with editing and, you know, other type shit. But I'm like sick of seeing like these channels that are way worse than our channel getting like a gazillion views for like nothing. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm going to start putting some relevant, interesting, what I hope is interesting videos on our channel to maybe get us
pictures of nipples.
Yeah, you know, like pictures of nipples and breastfeeding and stuff
I
like
kind of cringed at seeing the videos you were posting because it felt like clickbait nonsense.
Well, it basically...
And like, I think that devalues our show.
No, it doesn't. No, because it's kind of separate from the show.
Devalues is there?
It makes us.
I thought we started from a negative spot to begin with.
Exactly. You can't. We can't go any lower than what we are.
It sounds
right
like it's malware written.
No, none of it is malware. Like all it is I'm taking like Creative Commons videos and putting them on there, and if I find something relevant, some of it is clickbait, but you know. I see people do this shit all the time. It doesn't take away from our show. Our show is kind of separate. Like when we do our show, it gets put on there, and you know whoever watches it watches it. But I'm hoping to just drive a few more people here. You know that's I mean the only way you're gonna do it is by posting different videos because.
Or we can do it by gunpoint.
Well, yeah, I thought about that too. I think I would put you in charge of that though, Breakman, because I'm too sensitive.
I don't think that'd be a good idea. They probably talk me out of the gun. Like no, like you don't need to do it. You're like, you're right.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, all right. I think that's just about gonna do it. So why don't we do our plugs? Breakman, plug away.
You can follow me at break_man and at RPGrinders on Twitter. You know, we should have done like Cyber Monday deals. I never even thought about that until right this moment.
They're not that great. I was looking at them, and they're really not very good. I don't know. If people are interested, let us know, and maybe we'll do an emergency show over the weekend or something. But
or how about we just do it next year?
We could probably do it next year. So, yeah. Dungeon said he heard about our show before today. You mean he's just talking about the?
You say heard it, yeah.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Heard your show before today. The Black Friday show, Dungeon. I think that's specifically what.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, if you didn't hear the Black Friday show before today, like Black Friday is almost over with for the most part.
Yeah, I know. All right. Anything else, Break?
I could be here a while thinking about that one.
Okay, I'll let you think about that. Eric, your plugs, please.
You can find me on sites I've written for, like BostonPatrickade.com, TotallyGN.com, VogNetwork.com, and HonestGamers.com. And if you like the reviews I wrote, and you want to support me on Patreon, even so much as $1 would be really helpful.
All right.
And other than that, there's my Twitter account at EricRPG. My Patreon link is in there, along with a couple of other things.
Okay. Anything else, Eric?
Hope you didn't get sick from eating all that food yesterday or
much.
Today, depending on what the case is.
Yeah, too much tryptophan, man.
Like I went, sat on my sister's couch. Started looking at the Black Friday ads and watching some football. Mm-hmm. Next thing I know, it was like 8 o'clock or something like that. It was a few hours later.
Yeah, I couldn't watch.
Hey, what? Where'd everybody go? Well, they left a couple hours ago. Oh.
Yeah, I couldn't watch TV, so I kind of did this. Yeah, that's I couldn't watch TV, so what could I do, man? Luckily,
football was pretty fun yesterday.
Who won? I didn't even see who won those games, man. I know.
Of course they're adding. Here's some news, very RPG related news. Of course they're adding Broly from Super Broly movie into Xenoverse 2.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I didn't even see.
Did anybody see the balloon? Anybody watch the balloon?
Yeah, Apparently, people were freaking out that Al Roker actually correctly pronounced Goku's name.
Yeah, but he called him a Super Saiyan.
Yeah, and he also correctly pronounced Saiyan Scion, because that's how you're supposed to say it. It's not supposed to be Saiyan. Saiyan's a stupid Funimation thing that's now been too entrenched in the dub community, so that they won't ever change it.
It's Scion, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scion.
It's Super Saiyan.
Saiyan.
It's Scion.
Saiyan.
It's Scion. It's
Saiyan.
Scion, and it's supposed to be, so shut up.
Okay. Whatever, man. All right.
Like
Thanks.
I said, Funimation's the only dub that actually pronounces it that way.
Yeah.
They
All right.
fucked up, and now everything else is fucked up.
Yeah. All right.
There was something else before them, for Funimation. The original Dragon Ball dub called it
That was
Saiyan.
still Funimation. It was Ocean Group.
Yeah.
Ocean
just
Group,
doing the
okay.
voice acting.
Yeah.
And they wrote the scripts, though.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right. Thanks to everybody that was in chat. I know Freak was in there earlier. Avocado Dabadado was in chat. Commander Root. Wyland was in chat. Thanks very much, Wyland, for.
I just have a feeling like that avocado is just waiting for us to say there's one thing, and he's gonna say, "Ha, I gotcha."
Yeah. Probably just waits
What
to
do
hear
you
his name.
mean? Well, you're all going to hell,
Yeah, exactly.
and you're gonna be sued.
Yeah, like I said, Wyland was in there. Positivity Bot, Slow Cool, of course, our good friend Dungeon was in there, and a new chatter, Tade, Teyd, Tade _ So thank you guys and gals so much.
Does that
for-
relate to the taint in any way?
Oh, ask Tade. There might be. And Glitty was also in chat. So thanks,
Tatey
Glitty.
taint.
Yeah, Teddy Taint. Who knew Goku was an X-Man? Dungeon says. So yeah, there you go. Keep plugging it. 76 Fallout 76 and try to manage my stat. Jesus Christ, you're still gonna play that game, Dungeon? I'm so glad you rented that Super Saiyan.
Well, I mean, he paid his money for it. Of course, he's gonna rent it. You know.
I guess.
I mean, shit. He rented it. Of course, he's gonna play it,
It's
even
like
if
me.
it's shitty.
I rented.
Like, how many of us have rented games before and it's like, God damn, this sucks, but I already paid my money for it, so I might as well keep playing.
Yeah, I know.
Might try it out.
Yeah, that's true. All right, thanks everybody for joining us. If you're listening on the archive, we are live every Friday, 7 Eastern Time on YouTube and Twitch. Just search RPGrinders on either platform, and you will find us and join the chat, because we always have a really good time in there, and stuff like that. And if you really want to let us know something you can't join the chat, then Breakman mentioned at RPGrinders on the Twitter. And that's how we'll, stay in contact. We mention all comments and, questions on Twitter on the show proper. So thank you guys for joining us. Stay safe this weekend. We want to see you back here next week. Until then, we're out.
Goku was pretty much in Final Fantasy VI.
I hate The Walking Dead so much it pains me to watch it. It is the worst show on TV at the moment. Why do I torture myself watching The Walking Dead? Oh man, I torture myself watching The Walking Dead.
See, I gave you backup music even.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't argue with you. I'll let you go.
Is it a rad steak?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Radioactive steak. Yeah.
That's one of those perks I've never used in the Fallout. The ones where you eat food and it gives you like life and stuff, and you're special.
Oh yeah. Hey,
I've never got those. Like, you're more monster than you are human, shit like that.
Yeah.
Like you can eat. Well, actually, I take that back. In
You
Fallout
become
3,
a
I
ghoul
did
or
eat
something?
yeah.
In Fallout 3, I did make sure I got evil enough to eat corpses to gain life.
He said, speaking of Walking Dead, I hate the scorched enemies in Fallout 76. Why so many? Yeah, why so many episodes of Walking Dead dungeon is what I'm wondering.
They replaced the ghouls, right?
I don't know what they did in that game, man. That game.
Well, basically the zombies used to be ghouls for the most part. Feral ghouls, I should say, because there are ghouls that aren't feral.
Yeah, ghouls are in it too. He said.
Oh, they are in it too. Oh, okay.
Look, everything I've seen online.
Apparently, there are either demons or giant bat monsters.
Every video that I've seen that hasn't come from Bethesda looks like shit when it comes to Fallout 76. Like, honestly, like, and then people like reviewing, it's getting scorched, man. I think I'm with you, Break. I think you know, it's going to take
Fallout
about
70 shit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I'm gonna wait, like you suggested. I'm gonna wait until the DLC is out.
Yeah.
Till they've patched all the bugs. Till they've improved the game. Because I'm sure there are things about the game that they're gonna change. Because there have been a lot of complaints about like no NPCs and stuff like that. So I'm sure they're gonna do DLC at some point to add things that people like.
Yeah. I think
that's the name of this episode, Fallout 70 shit.
I like that. Speaking of, Eric, do you have time to put this show in the thing?
I don't think you want to trust me to do that.
Oh, that's right. Okay, I'll go ahead and put this one. Maybe you'll be back up and running next week. I know, Break, you did the Black Friday show, so appreciate that, man. Thanks in chat, Dungeon. I really do appreciate you being in chat every week, and I appreciate Wyland being in there too. I know those are about the only live ones, unless Avocado.
No, I don't even have the ability to record right now.
Avocado Badado is the name of that gentleman or lady that's in chat. I don't know who Commander Root is. I'm kind of thinking that's a bot. Of course, Wyland, our good friend Wyland, was in there. Positivity Bot is obviously a bot. Slow Cool is always in there every week, so I'm not 100% sure if he or she is a bot. Dungeon, I'm sure, is a bot. And
you can't have robot sex? That's lame.
Tay-D?
Well, there is, in Fallout 4, there is a character that starts as a robot, but you can get her to become a Sith, and then you can sleep with her.
Oh, nice. There you go. The more you use a skill, the better with it. Yeah, well, that's usually how skills work, man. I mean, seriously. All right.
Yeah, they say it sounds like they took out so much of what Fallout really is.
Yeah. Yeah,
to make it online.
Kind of a soulless kind of game.
It sounds kind of like an Agents of Mayhem situation.
Yeah. Hey, guys, thanks a lot in chat. Really appreciate it. Till next week. We'll see you soon. You know where to get us.